Hi guys, welcome to Daisy. On Daisy, we'll look into a scenario in which China goes to war with everyone. How long would it take? To make it easier for them, we'll have the nations in North America, South America, Europe, and the Middle East, Oceania, not ready. Only Asian nations are ready, excluding the Middle East. These are far away. So everybody needs to get ready for the invasion. And one of the first targets probably would be the Korean Peninsula. Just because of how strong South Korea is, they would want to get Korea out of the war as fast as possible. Also, keep in mind, we're going to do one of them taking out the Korean Peninsula, a major strategic defeat. They take Vladivostok, whatever it's called, and they make their offensive into Mongolia. They quickly take Ulaanbaatar, and the government of Mongolia was forced to surrender. Let's see how their campaign into India goes. It goes kinda good. I mean, they do get pretty far considering it's all mountains. They slightly invade here. They invade Bhutan and Nepal. Even though that took months, they do eventually succeed. Along with them getting over the mountains in some parts of India, this makes it strategically hard. I'm deciding to make an advance to take Taiwan, which succeeds. So then they move into Vietnam, Laos, and Myanmar. Doesn't do much because it's all hard terrain to navigate, with a bit of an invasion into Pakistan, Afghanistan, Tajikistan, and Kyrgyzstan get mostly taken. And a big chunk of Kazakhstan is taken. In China, let's say the forces are not arrived yet to Asia. We're slowing them down just for China to have a bit of an advantage. So, they move into Pakistan. Once they start getting down into Pakistan and Afghanistan. I know it's hard to invade Afghanistan, but with Afghanistan basically being appeared under China control, but not really in reality. Not in real life, but in this game. Well, not in this game. In this. Oh, what I'm trying to say. But yeah. With Delhi being taken, this is a major defeat for India. But keep in mind, this is around India's population center, so it'd be hard to fight here. It's all urban. With them managing to cut this part of Southeast Asia off, and their advance into Russia goes pretty swell because Russia still hasn't got enough forces here to stop their offensive. China making a landing on Sakhalin, and they managed to do this. Russia loses a third of their land, which is strategically valuable for China to do. Slow Russia from getting to its territory. They also started a bigger advance into Central Asia. What they're trying to do at this point is keep them out of their territory as long as possible. The American troops now arrive. But since China is the second largest nation, it's going to last quite a while. Second strongest, I mean. The American forces also getting in India, but not yet to Southeast Asia. Thailand lost its capital. And India and American forces making an offensive here. And another offensive to retake Delhi, the capital of India. With India making a front line with China in Nepal and Bhutan. They can't really invade through here because it's all mountain. China's starting to fall back, which it knew this day would come. So yeah, as in Central Asia, they're also pushed back to the front. And they continue their fall back to Pakistan and Afghanistan. China is falling back. Looks like China's going to lose access to the Indian Ocean, which they quickly do, with them losing the coast along with Karachi control. So now they're starting to lose parts of Pakistan. with Russian troops arriving at this point. With them at this point telling the Americans to land in Kamchatka. What the Americans do. And so on. Goes on, and eventually this is the front line. And the front lines established here by Americans. Americans also invading Sakhalin and managing to make a few landings in Russia. Now, these advances becoming fast, China didn't have many troops because, there's no real resistance. And with Afghan revolting against this, along with Vietnam. With Afghanistan revolt gaining control and crossing borders because they want to liberate lands. And them crossing through Pakistan, causing China to have a mass evacuation. Not fully successful, but mostly. Except it still has some troops and stuff. China's morale at this point is pretty low because they're starting to fall back. Pretty high at the beginning when they were winning. When landing in South Korea, the Americans are moving up in the North Korea, they get to China's border. But they stopped the fighting there because they had more fronts to move China back. With India and Pakistan succeeding in pushing China back. Another success happens with Thailand, Vietnam, and Laos pushing China back. With Sakhalin being taken. With a naval blockade being established. Let's see the naval blockade. As the naval blockade is set up along here, so nothing can leave China. China's getting more and more isolated. Oh, they were fully isolated in this video. That's why their military couldn't stand forever. But also, keep in mind, the reason they stood so long is because they're pretty strong. Or at least, theoretically, that strong. We go by how theoretically strong Russia is. They're stronger than China. Theoretically, China loses access to some major areas. With India and Pakistan launching a localized attack. Russia launches an attack through Mongolia, Central Asia, and Manchukuo. With Japan and Korea sending forces into China. Korea, upon re-liberating North Korea, they didn't re-establish North Korea. They only re-established South Korea. With a landing here by Vietnam and the Vietnam invasion, along with Laos, Cambodia, Myanmar, and Indonesia, and all of Southeast Asia and Oceania works on this front. With Japan making a front here, and a front there. In Japan, along with American help, manages to occupy this much land. With China seeing what's going on and knowing they're going to lose, but we won't let them surrender. Well, they could, but we're not going to do that in this video because that wouldn't be fun. Because we all know they're going to lose, but as we can tell, at this point, China just gives up and quickly falls under American control. And as we can see, we need a peace treaty. So will it be harsh on China? Will it be harsh on the world? Well, who knows? It'll be slightly harsh. Not too harsh. It's not going to be overly harsh that China will lose its economy and a new guy will get elected and they'll cause World War III. Oh wait, that kind of was World War III, I guess you could say. As we all know, World War III would be every country involved. Hypothetically, not every country can. But it'd be at least fighting on every continent, I guess. And then again, there was never fighting on every continent in any of the world wars, but multiple continents. 3 in the First World War, with actual fighting. 4 in the Second World War. I think 5, based on, Now let's see what happened to China. Kind of part of the Asian. But yeah, we got the Turkestan Union, because two stands didn't join, but Turkestan's all united. Then we have Big Mongolia, because why not? We have Manchukuo free. So Russia and Korea took some lands from it. And we have Tibet. We got China. We got the Republic of China having some of mainland China, but only to grow, obviously. And that's pretty much all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out. But not until you subscribe. Bye, guys.